Was good. I got some great news for you. Today I'm gonna drop 2 jewels in one video. Surprise, motherfuckers. That is because it's so much damn lit on hoodx.com that the amount of time it's gonna take me to shoot all these videos, I'm so damn lazy that I think I'm gonna start doing 2 jewels in one video. I've been doing a lot of multi-level marketing, so a lot of the time that I want to dedicate toward making lit videos, I've really been typing out a lot of, marketing, HoodX marketing, how I'm marketing my business and how I've been making money. I've been working on a lot of that, so a lot of the lit is already typed out. So initially, when I typed out a lot of the lit, I said I was going to make videos like this for them. I wanted to do a video for everyone, but it's just I've been caught up with this online business and trying to make money online that I really ain't even had time to make a lot of these videos. So I'm going to give you 2 jewels right now. All right. Now the first jewel we're going to break down is called add on. Add on is if you listen to if you grew up listening to hip hop in the 90s, especially East Coast hip hop, you probably familiar with some of the songs by Wu-Tang Clan and some of the 5%ers, Mobb Deep, Busta Rhymes, Lord Jamar. There's a lot of rappers who was in the 5% Nation of Islam who use words like zigzag zig, add on, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, man, woman, and child. Have you ever heard the song Above the Clouds by Gangstar? If you ain't ever heard that song before, I highly suggest you listen to that song if you're trying to get familiar with some of the vocabulary that the gods use as far as, taking the mind to different levels of understanding. So, add on was used as a way to tell the other people who was in a cipher, usually they tell them add on. If I'd say the black man is God, you add on. That means add on to the idea that you believe. Add on to that idea. You can subtract too. You can subtract from an idea too. If I say, the black man is God, you say, nigga, how the hell is the black man God? That's called subtraction. Either you add on to the thought or you subtract the thought. When HoodX, we multiply the thoughts. That means we give you a thought and it's multiplied. We don't add on, we multiply. That means we able to do a better, more efficient job of adding on to certain concepts and certain jewels. So you understand, back in the 60s, 70s, when the Black Panthers were mutilated and the crack kicked in. Actually, see, you know what? I'll just go right into it. Mutilation was actually the second jewel that I was going to give you. So when you say the word mutilation, when I say the Black Panthers were mutilated, it means a lot. That's a symbol, actually, the word mutilation. Because when they were mutilated back in the 60s and 70s, the information of the infinite mind, the way that the information, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the way it was supposed to travel from the guys like Clarence 13X, he was murdered. Malcolm X was murdered. Martin Luther King was murdered. Medgar Evers was murdered. So a lot of those murders were making a lot of the brothers around that time getting fearful about talking about spirituality. They said, man, fuck all that shit. I'm just going to give me a job. I'm going to cool out, maybe, try to give me a little gig, make me a little money, and just I'm going to play it cool. I ain't going to get into all that knowledge and all of that, trying to revolution and all of that. A lot of brothers fell back, especially once crack and cocaine came into the community. So a lot of the shit that was supposed to get added on didn't get added on, and there was a mutilation of the consciousness between, the generation from the 60s and 70s to the generation of the 80s. That's why they say 80s babies is crazy as hell. And especially, that's really more evident as you look into the 90s and, the 2000 and moving into the 21st century. A lot of the kids that are born out, you can see how there is no bridge from the the civil rights movement from the 60s until the conditions that we living in now. And Obama plays a good front man as far as spreading water and cooling down a lot of the passions that run high as far as the other generation, the older generations, and how they may feel, that there's a lack of communication between them and the younger generations. But Obama helps, kind of cool that down. As he stands more as a symbol as far as progress from the civil rights movement. But the mutilation is obvious. Now, when I talk about mutilation is I'm gonna tell you a story. All right. Now, maybe some of you may know this story, some of you may not. I'm not gonna give you the whole story. I'm gonna give you the fast forward version. Basically, it go like this. There was a man named Asar. Asar had a jealous brother named Set, who killed him. Oh man, I think I'm burning my damn burrito. Hold on, man. I smell something burning in this one. Hold on, let me turn it off. Alright, making miracles in the kitchen every day. Alright, hold on, let me go sit back down and finish telling you the story of Asar. Alright. Now, Asar had a jealous brother named Set. And Set ended up killing Asar and cutting his body into 13 pieces. Now, the reason he cut his body into 13 pieces is because he knew that there was a chance that Asar could come back to life. So, if he cut the body up into 13 pieces and spread them throughout the land, it would make it a lot more harder for Asar to resurrect and come back to life. Now, along with cutting the body up, there was another step he took as far as mutilating every piece. So there was 13 pieces, then they mutilated the pieces before they spread them out and scattered them throughout the land. And mutilation was a symbol saying, hey, even if we do somehow by some act of God that these pieces do find themselves coming back together, that the pieces will all be mutilated. So it's even harder for them to come back, to put them back into one body. And that's a symbol. That's a very powerful symbol as far as the condition of the mindset, the mind, how the mind gets mutilated from one body, how we all started as one body, but through mutilation of the mind and mutilation of the concepts, it separates the body, it separates us, and we all think we're separate. Even though we all want the same thing, we still think separately because of the mutilation. That's why, like in one family, you'll see in one family there'll be, in one black family there'll be Rastafarians, there'll be Christians, there'll be Baptists, there'll be a Muslim, there'll be all type of different religions in one family. They all go to separate churches. All that is mutilation of the mind. Make them think, make people think we separate when we all really want the same thing. So we're all really one body, but they separate us and they make us think differently. Even though we all subconsciously think differently, but on a conscious level and on a logical level and on a spoken level, we all sound different. But in our subconscious, we all really want the same thing. So if you can mutilate the mind, mutilate the mother from the daughter, make the father go against the son, make the son go against the mother, make the mother go against the on and on and on and on, in ideology. So there's no one body. So that's what mutilation does. So there's a if you find a video online of a brother named Naeem Akbar, it's N-A apostrophe E-I-M and Akbar, A-K-B-A-R, where he breaks down the Asarian myth, Asar, A-U-S-A-R. It's a very good video where he explains the mutilation. He explains why they have to break the body up into different pieces to separate us. He explains a lot of really good information as far as why we feel separated mentally. And even we all be standing together in the same room together, we still can't communicate as one body because, the ideas are going so many different ways. It's excellent, excellent video. But the concept is called mutilation. So the mutilation is real. It's why we can't, it's in the black community, we got so many different religions, so many cults, so many different ideologies, so many different things. You can see it's all mutilated from one body. We really all one body, but they done mutilated the body. So even if when they do put us all back together, we're still separate, and that's real. So pay attention and know the words, know the lit, know how to use the right words in order to correctly verbalize the problems and the conditions that we're going through. That's what the lit do. And I'm sorry that I'm not dropping as much lit as I really wanted to be. It's just because I've been so wrapped up in this online business, trying to make more money than I'm already making. I'm already making a lot more money than I expected to be doing this, but it's like addictive. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting out this information and knowing I can get paid for it. It's very addictive. So I am looking for a lot of help. As far as people who want to step up and who want to learn. This type of information and get paid for it, who want to share it, because I can only do so much. I'm only one person, so I could use some help. So if you're into multi-level marketing, or if you're into marketing, or if you're into learning this type of information and sharing it and trying to get paid by doing it, hit me up, inbox me. I can link you up with my assistant. They'll send you all of the links and everything that you need to know for sharing this information. I really appreciate you watching it and sharing it and keeping Hood X alive. We're going all the way to the top this year. It's going to be a lot more videos coming out. I am going to dedicate myself a lot more to getting this information out to you. Just as long as you keep dedicating yourself to sharing it with your friends and just, showing them why it's important. It's your boy Hood X. It's your boy K-Blao. Shout out to @Lightspeed123. Hit him up on Twitter. That's my boy Pomo. Shout out to Willie Lump Lump Silos, who's constantly hitting me with new information on different ways we can get paid. I really appreciate that. Keep in contact with me. Watch the videos. Spread them around. We got more lit coming soon. 100.